Steve and Jill here.
Hello. I was going to do like,
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butala.
And I am Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
It's sultry Jill DeWitt today.
Mm.
Today, Jill and I
Ooh.
talk about the topic 90 days with a rehabber versus a wholesaler.
I like that word, by the way. Can you imagine that was your license plate, sultry? Everybody be like chasing you down the freeway. I'd be like, who's that?
Not me. They wouldn't be chasing me.
Oh,
They would
that's
be
so
wondering
funny.
why that person has such an overinflated concept of themselves that they have to have a vanity license plate. In fact, you know what? That's my concept on vanity license plates at all.
Listen, Mr.
I don't care if you're the best looking person on the planet, male or female or
I
whatever.
used to have one.
I don't
Actually, a couple
understand these
times.
vanity plates. It's
I've
a
had
license
them.
plate.
I know. I've had them. I don't have it anymore. I'm under the radar now, but I have had them, and it was kind of fun. So my favorite was the one time I got a speeding ticket because I was racing up to catch up to a vanity license plate because I was trying to figure out what it was. How awful is that?
How old were you?
Oh my God. I was old enough to know don't get a ticket speeding up to read a vanity plate. That was dumb.
I had a lot of questions, Joe. Certain stuff.
Yeah. So I'm sitting in traffic school and everybody's talking about how they got there, and I'm like, stupidest question ever, or stupidest reason. Trying to catch up to read a vanity plate right here. That's why I'm in traffic
Did you
school.
catch up?
I did. Well, yeah, I caught up and the cop caught up to me.
What did it say?
I don't even remember now. Whatever it wasn't that good.
So it wasn't worth it.
Nope. It was not worth it. I can't believe I did that.
You know, it's funny you're with somebody for decades and you don't know stuff.
Yeah.
You just learn something like, especially on a show.
Yep.
You probably kept that one under your hat.
Yeah, not my finest moment.
Before the end of the show, I'll think of some stuff that I've done that's just silly, ridiculous.
Good. It'll make me feel better. I like that.
Before we get into the topic, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Abby asks, hi guys, assuming you market your property everywhere on the internet, what's the average number of days your rural vacant lot stays on the market before selling? Thanks. You want to go? You want me to go?
I'd love you to go because that's your end of this.
Yeah. I think honestly, Abby, it's like if it's priced right and there's a sweet spot. I know you. I know you're in our world. And if you're doing everywhere, like we say everywhere, meaning everywhere, like you're including social media, you've got it on all the best sites, you threw it out, maybe even have it on eBay, who knows? And you have other inventory. I mean, your online presence looks good. It all ties together. You can expect it. And you can expect it to go fast if it's like, let's just say 15 to 20,000 and below. Those people have the money readily available. They use it often, don't have to move it around. Like a $5,000 property, I can put on a credit card and, take care of it later kind of thing if I fall in love with your property. And I'll do it that fast, and people will do it that fast. When it's a 50, 75, 100, 150 and above $1,000 property, then it might take a couple days, but still, I mean, it just depends on the person. If you're reaching it and it's priced right, it's traditionally going to go fast. And I'm curious what our latest people in there have said too.
I see a lot of people making this mistake, and quite frankly, we once in a while make this mistake. Post it everywhere and forget it. Move on.
That's true. Don't
and that's not
analyze it.
No, hold on.
Oh.
Posting it everywhere and forgetting it is the wrong thing to do, especially if you're brand new. You need to sell a property.
It's true.
You need to go and post it on your social media. You need to celebrate the fact that you got this unbelievable deal. You need to actively go onto Facebook, put it in every real estate group. Go on to Bigger Pockets. Maybe get a Bigger Pockets Pro and actively sell a piece of property. Sure. Jill and I did a deal in the middle of last year, and she did it to prove a point. And it was a wholesale house in the heart of Scottsdale, like Old Town Scottsdale. We bought it for a great price. And she spent, I think it was probably 48 to 36 hours, maybe three working days. That's all she did. And she sold the house. Right. She sold it at the end of that period for our asking price. That's what this takes.
It's true. I showed up there, did the open house, got some excitement, and that was it.
We have a retirement property in a retirement community that we've had on the market now for past 30 days. It's in a different market in Arizona, off the same mailer. It's a house. and we're asking a lot. Where it's not a wholesale deal. We went in there and just kind of like replaced the carpet in a couple rooms and dusted off everything, and so, but she hasn't done that yet.
Right.
If she did, it would be sold.
Right.
So there's this notion of, and we learn this from real estate agents because this is what real estate agents do. This is what they're taught. Real estate agents are taught by their brokers to go do this. Get listings, get a listing, get 50 listings. And 3 of them will sell really fast because they're good deals, and 10 of them will take about, I don't know, 14 days, but the rest, that doesn't matter. It doesn't cost to get the listing. They signed it. You don't have to do anything.
Right.
You don't have to do anything at all except, well, you really have to do nothing. Just wait. See which ones sell. You'll do fine. Just get a lot of listings.
Right.
Never mind the people at the end of that thing where you convinced them to list their property for way more than it's worth. It's just you have to go out there and sell your property. Just like, but you don't have to do that on the buy side. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing of the mail. Send it all out and it comes back.
Right. Yeah, I just love your thoughts. Like I was just thinking, imagine if you were a real estate agent and you're out there really telling the truth and you're really seriously.
Imagine if real estate agents told the truth.
Hold on a moment, let me finish my thoughts. This is the thing. This is the kind of person that I would be, and I wish everybody was like, all right, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, we got to talk. Have you seen your kitchen? Look, do you want to sell this or not? Because if you want to sell it, I can sell it, but here's the price we're going in at, and trust me, it'll go fast. If you think we're going to get what the Fletchers got down the street, we got to do what the Fletchers did. I'm just making this because that's how they think. That's how they think. So, what would you like? I'll sell it in 30 days, and we're going to get in, get out, or you want to sit on it for 6 months? Up to you.
You know what I would do if I was a real estate agent with the Fletchers?
Yes.
I would go in and say, this kitchen's a disaster. This house is falling down.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 3 choices. I'll buy it from you right now for
X.
X.
That's the third one. Okay. I just gave him 2.
We can end this today.
Yeah.
I will buy this. You have in 3 days, you'll have a check.
Actually, that is the best. That would be the best.
If that price doesn't work for you or those terms, I'll waive all the inspections, the whole thing. Number 2, we will list it for a very, very reasonable price, but I want you to do these 5 things. I want you to sweep the garage. You know what? In fact, I'll do it for you.
All right.
I'll get my guys in here. We'll clean it all out. And we'll list it for a very reasonable price. And you can expect it to sell and close. And close, get a check in your hand in 30 days for this. Or I can be like every other real estate agent in the world and say, oh my God, Mrs. Fletcher, this is a diamond in the rough. This is you have the greatest house here.
You're right.
And here's why the layout of this
worth
house
it.
Is fantastic. Your husband's so handsome, even though he looks like a troll.
Right. No, leave the recliner right there. right where it blocks the entryway.
And let's look at what properties have sold for and how long it takes in the market. And we'll base it on that.
Yeah.
And so it ends up being overpriced. And the seller has unrealistic expectations. Yeah. But they feel all good about themselves.
Oh, yeah.
That's what matters.
We're gonna make $200,000, baby. Yeah.
6 months later, when the listing's expired and everybody's screaming at each other, there's no more screaming now because the real estate agents stopped taking your call. They just stopped talking to you at all, and the listing just went. This is what happens.
No, if
you're not in the real estate agent,
hold on a moment.
If you're not in the real estate market, this is stuff that really happens.
Yeah.
Like it's 1952. It's never been improved.
It's true.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I was just talking to somebody about this because I know someone personally going through this right now, and the real estate agent went dark, and they'd love to fire them, but they went dark, and it's going on a year now.
Wow.
So anyway, let's get to the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today's topic. Did we already do that?
No.
Today's topic. Sorry. It's really cracking up.
I got to keep you on track, man.
Today's topic, 90 days with a rehabber versus a wholesaler. This is the meat of the show.
Can I go first?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I started a couple days ago talking about 45 days, what I thought I could do with 45 days doing my job versus 45 days as a rehabber. I've done this, by the way. And now you just upped it to 90 days for me. I'm like, oh, this is even better. So let me paint some pictures for you. So let's just say it's $200,000 I've got to play with in 90 days. As a wholesaler, sitting in my office, offers are coming in, Can you imagine what I could do?
Yeah, it's what happens to us every day.
I know.
This is a great
That's what
topic.
this is my hold on to your hat. So I've got 90 days and $200,000 to play with. I could make $1 million out of that.
Absolutely. I was just going to
That's
say the same thing,
hmm
and we do that.
exactly. Now let me give you the flip side. I don't care if you're the best rehabber on the planet, all right? Let's say you are the best rehabber on the planet. And now you've got $200,000 to work with again. You're lucky if you make $50,000. I'm not sure you could even do that. I mean, let's just even say you're the best rehabber on the planet. You got 90 days and you're doing a deal a month. All right. You might even, let's say you make $50,000 on 3 deals. Well, hold on a moment.
Which never happens.
Exactly. And to do those 3 deals, by the way, you can't spread out $200,000. You needed $600,000 to do those 3 deals in your 90 days. Is this math making sense to you?
There's no better way I could describe this.
Thank you. And 90, great. I had to have $600,000 going into it, not counting what work I put into it, by the way, to make $150,000 in 90 days. Well, that doesn't make sense.
So
When
you
you
turn
really
250.
sit and put it down on paper and go, oh,
And what are the risks? Because
yeah,
if you're rehabbing a house, we all know you break into the wall and there's going to be something in there. Mold,
right.
structural issues. There's
A permit delay.
all kinds of fantastic things that happen not in a good way that you have to
Exactly.
address. So if the planets are aligned and the rehab goes perfectly,
Appliances are stolen.
you make half of what you could actually make rehabbing land or just, wholesaling land or even houses.
Exactly.
Let's just apples to apples. If you're just going to wholesale a house and make $100,000 a house, you can easily wholesale 10 houses and make $100,000 a house in an average market in 6 months or 90 days. You just got to keep it rolling.
Do you know what I think? I personally think one of the best things that could have happened to us, Stephen, is HGTV. And what it has done is told the planet that you can do this. Don't you want to swing the hammer? Don't you want to be the next, flip or flop or something like that? Everybody thinks they want to do that. And you know what that is for me? So many customers, I can't keep track. It's really the greatest thing. I can sit and flip. I'll find it, flip it to them. They're thrilled.
Yeah.
They run with it. They don't make as much money as I do. They don't know that. And they're happy.
Rehabbing.
And I'm happy. I think it's the greatest thing.
It's my nightmare.
I know. No, but I mean, as far as customers and what it's done to our business, I'm like, this is awesome. I don't have to convince anybody to go do it. They want to go do it. They think it's pretty and fun.
There's no system.
I know.
You can't systematize
No.
rehabbing a house. You think you can in the beginning. After about 4 or 5 deals, you realize you don't have any idea. Every single project's completely different. This is why home builders, like new home builders, like
Toll
Shea
Brothers.
Brothers or Toll Brothers, do so well because they buy a huge piece of property. They do the entitlements on it, put the infrastructure in,
Right.
and they build model homes.
Yeah.
They build them after they sell them. And they can put up 92 homes if they have the labor and the materials lined up,
Right.
in 30 days.
Exactly.
They're not going to rehab anything.
Good point.
Have you ever heard of a publicly traded company that rehabs houses? There
ding,
aren't any.
ding.
There aren't any because you can't scale it
Whoa.
and it's not profitable.
Ding,
You think
ding.
Wall Street would get a hold of this and do something about it if it was profitable?
Good job.
You know what Wall Street has?
Yeah.
Funds that buy undervalued property through companies like us, and they hold it and wait because they predict that it's going to throw off a better return than, let's say, a mutual fund would, or a Wall Street type fund, or an index, let's just say, annually, and then they sell it. Sometimes they try to run it. Sometimes they just sit there and hold it.
Yeah.
You drive around, there's a lot of vacant houses around. And there's a lot of this stuff is held by huge real estate funds.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they're not rehabbing anything.
No. Boy, you're right. That should tell you right there. If the whole new Toll Brothers or Shea Homes, wherever it was now the changing their business to rehabbing, we would look at that.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why they're not.
Right.
Wow. Brilliant. Thank you, Stephen.
I just thought of that.
You're so smart. That was good.
I'm really not that smart. I really follow through, and that's the truth.
You
I mean,
are
that is truly honest.
I know, but you say
So
that,
I'll
but
follow
I'm here
through.
to tell you come up with some really good ideas. You have some really good ideas.
Which would be completely useless if we didn't follow through on them together.
Good point. Good point.
There's a lot of useless stuff that I have never followed through on. I mean, a lot of incredibly I think
Smart
that's stuff that could work. Yeah.
I know.
Well, you've done it again. You spent another 15 minutes or so listening to the Land Academy show. Join us next time for Finance Friday with me, Stephen.
And me. And Justin. And we answer your questions posted on our online community, landinvestors.com. It is free.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
You know, I am glad that you followed through on Land Academy. And
I
you're
am
about
too.
to follow through on House Academy.
I am.
Those
I'm
are
glad that
huge.
you forced me to do it because I wasn't going to. Remember that?
Oh, I do remember that. It was a good decision.
If you love Land Academy, you have Jill to thank, not me.
Oh,
And that's the truth.
Wow. Thank you very much. Well, before I
truth.
start crying, wherever you're watching or wherever you are listening, please rate us there. We are Steve and Jill,
Information
an inspiration
to buy undervalued property.